Good afternoon. Uh-oh, what happened to the front of my van? Oh my. That's better. I'm just pulling your leg. I decided that I'm going to paint this bumper cover, which is I've already taken off. I didn't think about making a video till I already had it off. I just rinsed it, but I gotta wipe it down. It's got sand on it. Once you take that grill off, let me start at the beginning. There's, see that right there? 1, 2, 3, this one's going to be in the side, and 4, another one in the side. 5, 6, 7. 7 little screws that look like this. So you just take those out, put them in your pocket. And then you can take this off, you see. Bumper cover. So you see these little slots here? One there, and you may have some screw things that go at the top here. They're not screws, they're little plastic buttons that pop down in there. One, and you might have one there. Mine didn't have that. They were missing, in other words. So you got 1, 2, 3. This slot is sideways like that. 4, 5, 6, 7 slots, and you might have little buttons here, and you might have something there. I didn't. But you might have. You can, once you get that off, you got all this access. You can reach up in here and do things. So you can reach in there and wiggle that out and pop it out. I'll show you what you're going to wiggle. Here's the middle one. It's just a kind of a plastic thing, and you can squeeze it and then push. And that's what they are. See? So there's 1, 2, and this is where those little plastic push screws, push pins, whatever you want to call them, might go. 1 there and 1 there in those holes. So there would be 4 of those. And then so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the buttons, 6, 7 of these things you squeeze and push out. And this you just wiggle out and it just sits in there. You can take those off too if you want to separately, but I didn't. I'm going to leave them on there. So I rinsed it off. Now I'm going to get a cloth and just dry it down, and I'm just going to spray it with regular spray paint. I think it'll work fine. I actually did a test over here on the side. Look, right there. It looks fine, so that's what I'm going to do. It'll be better than it was. Alright, I dried it off pretty much and brushed off all the little bits of sand and grass that was on it. I only have a half a can of spray paint. I may not have enough, but I'm using this. So, we'll see how it works. Alright. All I did was just long strokes like this. And like back and forth. Don't get it on too thick so it'll drip. Now I'm just going to let it dry. I'll probably let it dry overnight, but we'll see. Anyway, looks good, huh? I think it's going to be a big improvement to that. I'll show you the one on the back. It was just oxidized. So there it is. What do you think? I think it looks pretty good. Pretty darn good, actually. It's nice and dark. Got some scratches on there that should have been painted. Anyway, that paint yet. Looks pretty good. I would say that's a successful thing. And now it's raining today. So I just put it on. It just stopped raining long enough for me to do this. So we'll see how it wears over time. Try to remember to keep updating. Hey, that's definitely another $80 save. Getting a new bumper cover would have been very expensive. I see a spot I missed here on the edge. I'm going to get the paint and touch that up. Other than that, I think it looks really good. The running board is plastic. I hate it. But anyway, it's what I got. It was on there. But it was so horrible. So I've sanded it down, and I'm going to repaint it black also, I've decided. You know, I want to do the top. It's horrible. It's what you call it stuff, fiberglass. Anyway, this is sort of too, I guess. So I need to sand this one. This one's not in bad a shape as the other one is, but it needs to be sanded. And I can take that off. It would probably be a pain in the butt to do. It's got little bolts right up in here, like a little bolt head. Just get a wrench and take it off. All along here and all along there, you'd have to get up under there and I'll get dirt all over you. So I think I'm just going to get some newspaper and tape it off and paint it right on the car. In some places I have rust down here anyway, so I can work on that at the same time. Whoops. I tell you, my camera talents are getting worse instead of better, so just to let you know. Yeah, there's other rust spots I need to work on. This van came from up north somewhere. See, somebody fixed that one already. And I did this. I messed that up. I might be able to get that off with a little steel wool, so we'll see. Same thing here. It blistered. And so I sanded that with a, put this thing on my drill, this and that, and just a regular sandpaper thing too. I tried everything. And then I used steel wool in the areas where there was just paint. Okay. Okay, let me update you where I am. You see I've got it taped. Did the Bondo, sanded it. Needs to be sanded lightly. I gotta sand that a little bit more. I taped all the way along here. And what I'm gonna do when I'm actually spraying, I need to take this, is hold something up there like this as I go. That's my plan anyway. I put an old towel over the rim so it won't get any blowback. And I'm going to use this cardboard just to hold up here as I'm spraying. Keep it from blowing back on that. So, of course, I can't spray and hold at the same time. So I'll catch up with you a little bit later. Oops. Just need something to protect this piece of chrome here if I can. Let's see. Hang on. Okay, I've gone all the way along. Some parts look better than others. Like where these parts where the whole thing had like peeled off. It's not as pretty as I'd like it to be, but you know what? It looks a lot better. It's more uniform. I have black and gray splotches all over the place. Get that off. Yeah, I think it's okay. Let it dry a little bit, and then I'm going to peel off the tape. I'm going to start taping the other side. Okay, I got the other side taped. I'm getting ready to start spraying. Got my cardboard and my paint. I bought 3 cans of paint, but so far I'm still on 1. It's going quite well. I did do a couple of places over there, touch up where that stuff wasn't sticking very well. Hopefully it'll stick better over here. Okay. Okay. Side 2 is done. There's little places here and there that I need to touch up. It's not going to be perfect because this is an old beat up running board. But I got like $6 invested in this paint. So until I'm ready to buy a new running board, I think this might be all right. Okay, over here I'm going to start peeling the tape off. Looks pretty good. These are the spots I was talking about where it's not as good, like where I had to really peel off the old layers. You know, like, just didn't seem to stick very well down there. I think because this thing here, I guess it's fiberglass. I don't really know what it is. It's not perfect. Don't think I wanted it to be perfect, because, you know, the rest of the van is not all that good either. So next is going to be the top. Ended up taking the back bumper off. It's the same kind of thing. It's just these little tabs that you reach up under and push. Some of these are kind of almost broken off, so I'm going to have to fix them. Anyway, there's a bunch of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one that did break off. It's right somewhere in here. I think it was in the middle, right there. I'm going to glue that back on. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And this is the rear. I'll show you where I brought it off from. I brought it up here because I'm going to spray it. You can see these are the holes where the little tabs fit down in, and you just push and snap it in. Take your time, line them up. I'm going to, while this is off, deal with some of this rust. Put a little primer. I sanded a little bit on these. Here's the back bumper cover from the van. I just cleaned it with some, I didn't have any acetone. Wish I had. I used mineral spirits. I know it's not quite the same thing, but it got a lot of the grime off, and I hope it'll create a good bond. This is what I got to do this with. I decided to go with the satin. This works for wood, plastic, wood, metal, and more. Fast drying indoor, outdoor, satin, canyon black. Paint and primer in one. It's Rust-Oleum. So I'm shaking this up. I'm going to give it a shot. I have already glued the tabs that were kind of broken or split on this thing. I've already glued them. I used this Loctite super glue, and I put tape, as you saw, to hold them in place until it cures. I didn't do a very good job cleaning inside that thing, but I'm not too worried about that. I'm not a perfectionist, in case you didn't know that about me. I'm a make-doist. That's my new title. Oh, those are some scratches. They're just, you know, they're not going to disappear. Okay, it's supposed to dry to a satin finish. This is the end where the tabs were broken, so I want to put them in first, I think. Let's see if I can sort of line them up. Let's see. Okay. It's not going to be all that easy, so. Okay, it's on, but it took a little persuasion. I didn't want to just pop on because of the ones that were busted. Hopefully you will have better luck when you do yours. Oops, see that? I think I'm going to get some double stick tape and just put under this end, because this end is the one that just really doesn't line up anymore. Anyway, looks a lot better.